Hello, Gun Nation. So it says we are live, so hopefully we are. Um, let's see here. This is kind of a promptu chat, so we will see if we get anybody on here. I didn't plan for the chat. Just wanted to. There's Logan. What's up, Logan? Appreciate you coming on. We got Sean. Got Daniel. So what? How you guys doing? This is kind of a little thing. Got Curious Yellow Solar, Alan B Pro. Yes, I'm on the road again. Big Mo. I appreciate you guys being on. I'm just going to do a little promptu chat, kick it on, kind of like 1776 is doing when I'm on the road and kind of bored and want to talk about some stuff and talk to some great subs. Hello, Robin. How are you? Not too much. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Good deal, Logan. Got Captain Shark. Good evening, sir. Just kind of wanted to throw something together real quick, and this is going to be my little chat. I'm going to call it the Outlaw Chat because apparently we're all outlaws. So no, I didn't get a new cam. It's actually my same computer. I'm just in a really bright room, Sean. So hopefully it's coming through well. You know, I don't have the greatest internet, but hopefully it'll hold tight. So, but yeah, I was just going to kind of get together, do a little promptu chat. What's up, Civilian Arms? Stephen Worth. How's everybody doing? Just kind of figured I would get with my outlaw brothers and sisters, and we would kind of do a little promptu chat. So I'll do these periodically. All right, Suwat's got his fully semi-automatic weapon ready. I got mine too. So, my fully semi-automatic pistol. So yeah, I'm ready to go. Hey, what's up, Glock 17? I'm glad you could jump in, man. Yeah, the weather sucks, so I'm spending time with you. Hey, that's awesome, Robin. I appreciate you being with us. But just wanted to kind of throw something out there and see if we can get some people watching, have a little fun, talk about some guns. Sean, anybody have any experience with the Draco AK pistols? I do not. I personally do not. I have shot a couple of AKs, not very many. I've never owned one. So I am not the AK guy. I know that might as well be. Does a lot of AKs, and he's got a bunch of AK information. Matter of fact, I've asked him about some before too. So he's definitely got that. Hello, Stephen. Alan B Pro. Man, I missed the Jan B Gay, Alan. What's up, Hard Target? How are you, buddy? But yeah, it's just not right not seeing Jan B Gay when I see Alan B Pro. What's an assault rifle? I really don't know. I think they sell them at Walmart and the grocery stores is what I understand. And I think you can get those clip-a-zines. I think they got those clip-a-zines you can put in them. Yeah, they're pretty awesome, I hear. So yeah, fully semi-automatic. Logan, that is ridiculous. People, you know, it's amazing when gun people, or excuse me, when media people talk a bunch of shit they don't know what they're talking about. That really irritates the heck out of me. Yeah, you know, Sean, I've got the, you know, backpack travel gun. I'm really liking that CZ Scorpion a lot. I mean, that thing fits in a little bitty tiny briefcase or a little bitty tiny duffel bag and really does a great job. You know, I've got the SB tactical folder on it and it's been doing very well. So, and I haven't had one bit of problem with that CZ Scorpion. Really enjoying it. And the cool thing is you're carrying the same type of ammo that you're carrying in your pistol. So, you know, you're not having to go back and forth between different ammos. Oh, you buy your, okay, fully auto bullets at Kroger. Yeah, I heard that you can get those only if you go through the quick checkout. If you go through the quick checkout at Kroger, you can get those fully automatic bullets. Yeah, the media is blowing crap way out of proportion. I'm sure you probably saw the guy from CNN that was shooting the AR, shooting it like a freaking 2-year-old kid, and then handed it to this general, and he said semi-automatic, and I'm like, and he's sitting there pulling the trigger every single time. It was a complete joke. So I was like, man, that guy ought to be shunned for what the hell he's spewing out there. You want to get some clips to see how well they work. Are they cheaper than magazines? Yeah, I think clips, they sell those little chip clips in the grocery store section, and those are the clips. You can just put them on your chip bag when you open up your chip bag to keep your chips fresh. Yeah, those are called clips. They sell them there. So, yeah, exactly. Next to the Tide Pods. Yeah, this. Hey, what's up, shooting Uncle Dan? I appreciate you coming on, man. If they ever assault someone with my assault rifle, is it still an assault rifle? No, but what if we, took a fork? Is that an assault fork? Is it an assault bat? I mean, I just, that's ridiculous. Yes, Logan, I agree. I think they should have a Tide Pod eating contest, like they have the hot dog eating contest, and see which one wins. Oh, you have to be 21 years old. Yeah, now they're passing all that stuff at Walmart also. So it's a joke there. Yeah, chip clips are awesome, man. But going to the gun show this Friday, it might be interesting. Robin, it probably will be. I know in Texas we haven't had any issues at the gun shows. It's kind of business as usual, but you never know. But let's see here. Yeah, I was just wanting to jump on. I appreciate y'all coming on. We've got about 26 on here, and I appreciate it so much. This is a little episode I'm going to start doing, and I'm just going to call it Big Johnson's Outlaw Chat, because as far as I look at it, if they start, outlawing this and outlawing that, and banning this and banning that, you can consider me an outlaw. So that's just the way it's going to be. So I've got a Second Amendment right, and it's not going to be walked on. So that's just my personal opinion. If others feel differently, hey, that's your choice. But I'm not going to walk around as an armed sheep. Or unarmed sheep. That's just the way it's going to be with me. So let's see here. Yeah, Uncle Dan, we will definitely be outlaws, brother. So that's kind of why I named it this. YouTube's going after us. Everybody's going after us. However, they don't realize, we are good guys and good ladies with guns. And like I said, I don't even know their damn name, but if stuff went loose, I'd be prepared to defend anyone's life just like myself. So if I was put in that situation and I wouldn't even know their damn name. So don't walk on the snake. I definitely agree. We can just walk around and do this. 3% all the way. So exactly, bring it on. And that's kind of always been my statement is 3% or come and take it, because, I'm not going to have a libtard that knows absolutely nothing about a gun, probably has never shot a gun, tell me what to do and that they're dangerous. If they're dangerous to you, you need to get some practice with it and seek out training and then be proficient in shooting your firearm. I look at, and I said it in my video, hello, music lover. I said in my video, gun control is, I can control it with my left hand or my right hand, my left hand, or two hands. So that's the way I look at it. I can control my firearms just fine. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do. Yes, Big Al, I was going to say, I actually travel to Oklahoma quite a bit, and I have plenty of friends there, and they are gun-toting American Second Amendment supporters to the bone. So, I definitely agree with you that. Wow. Yeah. Well, and I look at it this way. Stephen, you bring up a good point. Someone to break in your windows because of your NRA sticker. That I've talked about this before, as far as putting like Smith and Wesson, or my gun, my truck's protected by Smith and Wesson or Glock or whatever. I don't put any advertisements on my truck. I don't need, to do that. But if you are an NRA supporter, or, whatever other support, if you want to put that on your truck, hey, by all means. And, that's like Hillary stickers or Trump stickers. There were a bunch of people vandalizing trucks and cars with Trump stickers on them too, and vandalizing yards and everything else with the Trump stickers or Trump signs in the yards. So I remember all that mess too. Exactly. Yeah, gun control is a very firm grip, and everyone should have one. Yeah, Michael Quigley brings up a good point. Put a wall around Austin would be a good start, libtards. And see, I'm born and raised in Texas, and I know that Uncle Dan is, we are Texas is a proud bunch, and I know other states are proud bunches too. But I remember when Austin was hardcore Republican. I mean, I've been in Texas my whole life. I've got plenty of friends who went to the University of Texas, and I used to go to a ton of UT football games, and we'd go down to 6th and 7th Street and have a good time. And it was a whole different ball game back when, and it's definitely changed. It is not like that anymore, you know. So, hey, Josh, I appreciate you, man, all the way from Georgia. That's awesome, brother. Wore an NRA hat to the airport last week. That was a big mistake. Whoa. Yeah. Never know what you're going to get. Yeah. Stephen, like I said, support what you want to support. Hey, Judge, good deal, man. Yeah, I believe that, well, Steve, I'm not in Dallas this week. I'm actually in Houston. So I am in Houston this week. So, oh, Michael Quigley. Yep, class of 1986. That's awesome, man. Yeah, well, music, you bring up a good point. School kids are being indoctrinated, and that is true. What they're doing is they're taking the history away. They're trying to erase history, with pulling down the monuments, the statues, and all this other stuff, and just pretend that what didn't even ever happen. They took away. I remember every day in elementary school when I was a little kid, we'd stand up every morning, do the Pledge of Allegiance. We had a flag in the classroom, and we all looked at it, put our hand over our heart, and we'd say the Pledge of Allegiance. That's gone, and that's sad. People do not respect the flag like they used to. Now they just, they blow it off and they look at it as something bad. Those aren't true Americans in my view. If they don't believe in the flag, they don't need to live here. They need to go elsewhere. So yeah, Uncle Dan, I love to shoot hogs. I definitely love to shoot hogs. We've got some land, but it's family land, and it's about 3 hours from my house. So trust me, if it was closer, I'd be doing a lot more videos out there, and it is definitely infested with hogs. So I know exactly what you're talking about. We go out there maybe once a year and just clean up. So it's it's amazing. They breed twice a year, and they don't just have one piglet. They have 12 to 14 to 16. I mean, they're worse than cats and dogs. They have tons of damn piglets. So, but I think Texas, Oklahoma can, and other states in the middle should just tell everyone else to leave them the hell alone. Yeah, and I tell you what, if it gets any worse, I really wish if it came down to it, Texas could secede. We know that we could, but I think if we went out of it, they would miss our money and miss everything else. Texas has a big heart or a big part of it. Just like California, etc. But I think that would be a really big punch if we just said, have a nice day and walked away. Sometimes I wish we would, but then again, we're all in it for the fight. So yeah, Uncle Dan, I understand about the hog hunting. That would just give YouTube another thing to lash out at us about if we're shooting animals. Then you would have PETA and everybody else chewing on you if you're shooting, crazy wild hogs that destroy everything that people don't realize that they do. But I mean, they rip trees up, they rip everything up, they just destroy everything. Let's see here. Yeah, Michael, I agree. I was gonna say, I reach out to my senator, Ted Cruz and all those guys, and email them all the time. And I'm staying on their butt. I'm calling the White House switchboard. I mean, I buzz them all the damn time. Sorry, I'm looking at comments on here. I would show you. I've got speed dial basically on my damn phone where I can just call the White House, and I get this crazy lady that comes on, and I'll tell her what my complaint is, and then she'll say, "Okay, please hold." I was on hold the other day for like 18 minutes. And I was on Bluetooth in my truck, and they just basically ignored me. So I think it's coming to that point where we're bombarding them with phone calls and emails, and but that's the only thing I know to do. So we just got to keep on their butts. So yeah, and I've eaten wild hog before, and it's it's not the greatest. It's okay, but it's pretty damn gamey. Um, let's see here. See if I've missed anything. What is your, all of this stuff is going on about, why we should have ARs. Yeah, Tattoo Dragon, I definitely agree with that. It's really hard to ignore the left. It's kind of like the kid that just sits there and screams. You try to ignore him, but eventually you got to throw a ball at him or something because it's just very irritating, and that's kind of what's going on with here. Um, what's up, Johnny? Hey, I appreciate you being on, Johnny, from 180 seconds on. But yeah, that's true, Big Al. We've got everybody doing these marches and all these, celebrities and stuff supporting these marches and giving all this money. And I've said this in a video too. They're giving them, all this money and stuff to become, basically anti-gun advocates. And I look at it this way: celebrities need to mind their own business and kind of stay on their side of the lane because they know nothing about what we go through or what we support because they have armed security guards 24/7. We don't have that. And a lot of people can't afford that. So, if we were to tell them, okay, you don't want armed people or you don't want guns and you're not for guns, then disarm your security guards. Tell them you don't need them. And let's see how long that lasts. That's not going to fly. We all know that wouldn't fly. So, I just think they're a bunch of hypocrites. And, a lot of these people, like make their livings on gun movies and all this other stuff. And then they backtrack and say guns are bad. Really? I mean, Matt Damon's done it. Liam Neeson's done it. A whole bunch of people have done it. And they're just talking out of both sides of their face. So I can't stand it. But let's see here. Unicorn is here, all you jackwagons. Yeah. Johnny's got some good stuff with the gun drama. I just thought, since y'all are on here, I just thought that I would kind of start doing my own chat too. Not that we're breaking up the Three Guys Gun Chat. We're thicker than thieves, so don't worry about that. But I just wanted to kind of start my own little chat, and I definitely want to name it the Outlaw Chat because, YouTube's kind of, hopefully, I mean, hell, they'll probably demonetize it anyway. That's what they've been doing recently. I've already got like over 30 videos demonetized, but like I said, I don't give a crap. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the camaraderie and to help people. I learn stuff every day from other people, and hopefully you learn something or get something from me. We're all in this together. That's kind of the way I look at it. We've got a great group of people. With the CMAX giveaway and stuff, everybody's done great things for him. You can just tell that this is a tight knit that we're all in, and I'm so proud to be part of it. And have all you guys and ladies, join us for our chats and now for this chat, it means a lot, really does. Why do I keep buying 5.56? Because at some point I'm going to need it. Alan B. Pro, I completely agree with you. I think that if this keeps pushing and pushing and pushing, trust me, I have no crystal ball, but something's going to come to a head, and it's probably not going to be good. So I just think we all should be prepared, and I'm not one of those crazy people that's, you got to start grabbing everything you can get, but I'm just saying be prepared. And definitely make sure you can take care of yourself, your family, and your outside family, such as your parents, etc. Because if stuff does get nasty, we're all going to be in it together. So, I kind of wanted to talk about, I know it's been brought up, there's been videos coming out on it, but, and I've had people ask me this too. It's been brought to my attention. Of course, I'm a huge pistol guy and I do own rifles. I have ARs, deer rifles, shotguns and stuff like that. But, why do you need a AR-15? Why do you need it? And of course, I'm not going to say the word that they call it because AR stands for Armor Light Rifle. So that's what AR stands for. It's not the stupid word that they have named it. We haven't had fully automatic weapons in forever. So I wish they would get off this soapbox, and automatic, semi-automatic makes no sense. But you still have to pull the trigger just like on a bump stock. You still have to pull the trigger. I've personally played with bump stocks in the past. I think, honestly, they're worthless, but you don't need a bump stock to do that. You can use a belt loop. You can actually put the AR on your belt and you can put your finger right through your belt loop and do the same thing. You can do it with a stick. So this, even outlawing bump stocks, is a joke. I look at it, any single thing that we let them have, they're going to want more. So we got to stop it. They get nothing. They get absolutely nothing, in my opinion. We don't give an inch. You give an inch, they'll want a mile. So we don't give them crap, period. That's my opinion. Let's see here. See, make sure I haven't missed anybody. I think we've got, some people jumping on here. Yes, KS does really like his SIG P365. He likes it a lot. But yeah, music, that's exactly what I said. I said, are you going to start banning, belt loops, sticks in our finger? Come on. Now, and there's some professional shooters out there that make our fingers look stupid. People have some professional shooters have fingers like, professional triggers. So, I mean, are they going to outlaw their fingers because they're really too fast? They can shoot really rapid. Is that it? What the hell is this coming to? I mean, this is a joke. What's up, Is Your Six? Appreciate you, Josh Cravens. Appreciate you being on Civilian Arms. NC Civil War. But yeah, we can't give an inch, period. I don't want to give anything. I've had some people and heard some people say, "Oh yeah, we'll just give them bump stocks. They're a novelty. We don't really shoot with them. Da 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 da." You give them that, they're going to want more. So they get nothing. Period. But my question to y'all is, why do you need an AR-15? Why do you need one? What would be the reason? Yeah, Jerry's very fast, Hunts. That's who I was talking about. That man is, I would love for him to be my grandfather. That guy is incredible. He is incredible. So, but what is y'all's opinion? Has anybody thought, yeah, no, they're not gonna outlaw Jerry, Kevin. But what's y'all's opinion of why you need an AR? Give me some of the reasons why y'all use ARs. And I know that Uncle Dan uses them for hog hunting and stuff like that. But just curious, if you want my opinion for when shit hit the fans, yeah, Logan. I mean, that's true. There you go, Steve. I love that opinion because I'm a free man and the left hates them. And that's exactly where I was going with it. I want ARs and I like ARs because I have the Second Amendment and I can buy what the hell I want. It's a free state. I live in a free state. And for you to tell me what I can and can't have, that's ridiculous. I mean, look at it this way. We could take a 22, like a 1022 Ruger, and we could put on some damage with a 1022. We could defend our life with a 1022. I could defend myself with, a 308 bolt action or an SKS. If y'all remember back when, with the Dallas police officer shooting where it happened downtown, that guy did that with an SKS, and that's a surplus rifle, but it's 7.62 by 39 and it does what it needs to do. And, you didn't hear everybody jump out. They started on the assault rifle thing. And then, however, it was an SKS. So, these people need to stay in their lane. Yeah, Logan, if the feed is buffering, I'm sorry. I am in a hotel and maybe I'm not getting the greatest, maybe I'm not getting the greatest internet. So I do apologize if that's happening. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of sporadically start doing these little outlaw chats. And, like that flag that's up there behind the back of that wall right there, I respect the hell out of that flag. And that's my Texas flag. And just like the Texas flag, I respect the U.S. flag too. And all right, Kevin wants an AR because it is a fantastic gun. It's very cheap to shoot, accurate, and I have every right to have one under the Constitution. Kevin, you're exactly right. The AR-15 is a fabulous platform, low recoil. Ladies, kids, anybody can shoot it and really enjoy it and have a great time with it. There's no such thing as the word that they use. It is called an AR. And it's really called a sporting rifle. It's used for all kinds of sports, competition. It's used for hog hunting. It's used for, all different kinds of things and just for plinking fun. you know. So yeah, the M1A1 is a great rifle and an AR plus a 308. Yes, and I've only shot a M1A1 once, or M1A once, 308, and it was not mine. It was someone else's, and yeah, it's a really cool rifle. I enjoyed it. Home protection, yes. There are so many. Yeah, easy takedown, fires forever, and it's dependable, and that is true also. I look at it as, you know, I can have and own and shoot what I want. You should not be able to tell me what I can own and have and not shoot, or what that there's just no reason that you have any say in my life, period. You're nobody to me. So, we're all grown ups. It is a great all around gun, varmint, hogs, home protection. Yes. Um, Good point. Or, yeah, okay. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Um, yes, exactly, Stephen. If you look at pistols, in most of your, all these supposed, stats and statistics that they have, yeah, it's pistols. It's not rifles. So, I mean, I don't know where they get off on this, and then saying, oh, that we could be like Australia or Paris or France. I mean, look at that. That's a joke. Two men in Paris took over the whole downtown in Paris with an AR, and nobody could stop him. Even police were unarmed. They had handcuffs and a billy club. What are you going to do with that? Nothing. Now, and I've been to London since then, and now they have AR SWAT guy, or it's their version of the SWAT, and they actually have ARs. So, and they're in certain areas. They're not everywhere, but they've actually even kind of upped their security too after that, because they saw a need for it. And that's just like us. If someone had an AR, I would want an AR. If someone has a pistol, I'd want a pistol or a rifle. I'm not going to fight somebody off that has a pistol or a rifle with a fork or a bat. I'm going to lose that battle. So I should have the same, exact things to defend myself. And as far as what the police carry, the government has things like that. We should be able to have those exact same things. You've got tyrannical governments. Not saying that we're going to have that, but you just don't know. So I think that we should have a fighting chance and not be sheeple. Yeah, that's, Uncle Dan, I've said that many, many times. If they came into Texas and they said, we're going to ban this and we're going to ban that rifle and we're going to ban high capacity mags, whoever said that they would be shunned. They would be gone. I mean, of course they can jabber that, kind of under their breath, but if stuff really ever hit the fan, that ain't gonna fly. And that's why a lot of these areas, and marches and things like that, I'm all for the Second Amendment guys jumping out there and marching and in a calm, collective way. We want to be the bigger voice. We want to be the calm people. If we go in there and start acting like a bunch of idiots and start throwing stuff around and hurting people, that makes us look bad. And that gives the liberals even more reason to try to say these people are crazy. So we need to do it in a very calm, cool, collective way. And like I've always said, you can never have a meeting of the minds with an unarmed man. So if that person cannot think for themselves, you're not going to change their mind. So again, you cannot have a meeting of the minds with an unarmed man. And that means they don't have a brain to use. So we've got reloading from the hot pot. Hey, I appreciate you coming in, brother. He's working, so I appreciate you stepping in and helping us out. House vote on magazine ban and confiscation bill tomorrow. My great Illinois state, no more high capacity mags. 10 mags, 10 max and confiscate? Wow, they're not going to even grandfather any of those in? That's ridiculous. Yeah, what are they going to do? People are just going to turn them in? Seriously? We'll see how that goes. Yeah, in music, I agree with you. On that. These mass shootings and stuff that are happening, it's like they're already prepared. It's like the second it happens, I mean, literally, there are people at the standby screaming for guns. So I don't know. There's, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but some of this stuff, and it seems to happen when all these votes are about to come out. So I don't know. That's kind of a whole different ballgame. Um, exactly, Kevin. That's kind of what I've been saying. We need to all have the same type of weapons, and I understand that we're not going to have, fully automatic weapons, but you know, that's you just never know. And I don't want to have somebody say, okay, you can have a blow dart gun, but I get, this or that. You got to keep a even playing field. It's yeah, NC man, that's bad news, man. No grandfathering on that. That means you're asking all these people that have purchased, say, someone has 50 magazines, at $10 a piece. They're just supposed to just throw those away. Seriously, and if you turn them in, who do you think is going to use them? I think it could be the Illinois police. So, that's kind of a joke. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, Big Al, that is a good deal. Yep, 10 grand a piece for the mags. Yes, music. I agree with you. It's very oddly coincidental. Yes, it is. I've kind of said the same thing. I heard 20 round magazines, but that's why they are. I've been taking 30 round mags, but rather they are itself. Yeah, and I guess it's came out now with the Florida shooter that he had 10 round mags. So I wonder what the Democrats are saying about that. If they're going, oh, okay, I mean, what do they want us to have? 1 round magazines? I mean, seriously, there's got to be, and I hate to get on the Trump bandwagon and start preaching all this, but I don't know if he's just absorbing all of this and then he's going to come out and say something. I don't know what's going on, and I know that everybody's up in arms about all of this, but I don't know if he's bringing all this information in and then he's going to decide what he wants to do. But either way, he should have shut him down from the get-go, and not really stomped on the NRA and some smarter gun people. Because trust me, I know Trump is a president and he says he carries, a 38 special and all this other stuff, but that's kind of where I might have had, like a military general to get his opinion or someone and say, okay, for one, you're wrong, weapons won't do this, there needs to be some voice where they stand up and they actually tell all these libtards how a true rifle, a semi-automatic rifle, a semi-automatic pistol, how they work. Because one sheeple says something, all the other sheeple follow. And I tell you what, a sheeple will follow a sheeple. It takes a leader to stand up and say what the hell is right. And we need more leaders standing up and saying, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, so shut your face. That's truly what needs to happen. What's up, Rich? Appreciate you coming on, brother. And LZ USA, always a pleasure. Yeah, and Stephen, I joked around on the chat, and part of what I was saying is next they're going to want us to defend our lives with paintball guns. You're going to have a license to conceal carry a paintball gun. I don't know what the hell these people are thinking, but they're definitely not thinking the right thing. And not that Texas is a bad state. It's not at all. Trust me, I love it. But bad things happen in any state. I don't care where the hell you are. You could be in a restaurant and a bad guy could come in and rob it. There needs to be people that are concealed carriers and able to carry a firearm to stand up and fight against that bad person. Or in a convenience store. I mean, I travel a lot and I go into places and man, there's some shady ass looking people. I mean, they're reaching in their coat. They're doing all kinds of cheesy stuff. And you don't ever know what the hell could, bust off. It's just crazy. But we can have a single shot rifle and a one-eyed dog. Yeah, Kevin. Well, they might have to have that in some other states, but like I said, I won't do that. So, Ohio is trying to ban armor-piercing bullets. Okay. Personally, this armor piercing and this will pierce this and this will pierce that, a lot, even your soft armor has came a huge way from what it used to be. Your AR-500 steel plates, etc. I mean, and the ballistic vests that they have now. I mean, I go to a place called GT Distributors, and they're in Dallas. They sell a lot to law enforcement, And these guys have Kevlar now that is so thin, but man, I tell you what, from what I understand the ballistics of it, nothing can pierce it except, of course, a rifle round, but or some rifle rounds. But it is what it is. And also, as far as some areas are trying to outlaw body armor and bulletproof vest and things like that. Look at it this way: if they can have it, we can have it. And I own some body armor. Now it's probably not the best in the world, but I do own some, and I think that people should have some, because if stuff did break out and you're on the road or you're somewhere, I mean, you need to fight to get back home to your family. You need to do what you need to do. And I want to have a fighting chance. So I think that, people should be allowed to have that. And some areas you cannot buy it. And I think that that's wrong. So I think you should be able to do what the hell you want to do. Music lover, I agree. Bailey's and coffee is awesome. So that's good stuff. 62 Federal Grain. Yeah, there's 306 will go through armor like a hot knife through butter. Yeah, I mean, we all know, I don't really want to talk about some of that stuff because you never know who's going to watch this, but we know what a lot of gun people know a lot of stuff, and we don't want to let them know everything, because think about it this way. If you want to do, I mean, can a person live being shot by a 223 or a 5.56? Yes, they can. However, you've got buckshot, you've got, I mean, you've got all kinds of other things that someone is not going to live through. So that's what I'm saying. If we give them an inch now, where the hell are they going to go next? They're going to go to something else, and they're going to, someone's going to tell them, or they're going to learn it from something else on the internet or from another sheeple to take this away, take that away. And we can't let them do this. I mean, that's just my opinion. And, that's why I'm kind of talking about this stuff on the Outlaw chat. This is kind of a separate topic. I love 1776 and KS Gun Guy to death, but I don't want my opinion to become theirs, and I don't want to muddle that chat, because we kind of don't get into that. That's why I kind of wanted to do this on my own. Just like 1776 has this flying solo chat, it kind of gives us a little chance to mingle with y'all and kind of give our own somewhat personal opinions about the way that we kind of view things separately. So that's kind of what this is about. And if you like the chat, if you like me doing this, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Leave comments after the chat. The bad thing is it won't hold these comments, and I would love to hold them all, because I want to try to go back and answer a lot of them, the ones that I miss especially. But if you've got comments or anything, please leave a comment after the chat, and I'll tell you on every, I'll give you my opinion if you want to know it on whatever you ask. Okay, Alan B. Pro, thoughts on the federal government not telling the states that they can pass the anti-2A laws? Well, I mean, that's kind of open. I don't know if are you asking me something specifically, or just related to only 2A laws? You got to look at it this way. A lot of people are, like as far as sanctuary states and things like that, a lot of people are trying to protect a lot of people, for votes and things like that. And I think that's wrong. But, unfortunately, Texas and other states, free states, can't tell every state what to do. We don't run their states, but we only take care of our own. And, I guarantee you, we would never become that. We would never become a sanctuary city. Well, thanks, Big Al. I appreciate it. I appreciate, Stephen, I appreciate you too. They wanted to make it harder to rent trucks after that guy ran those people over in New York. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. What are they going to start doing? Are they going to start doing background checks when you need to rent a truck to haul something, to your home, or, it's getting ridiculous. But yet they're going to let them, I mean, there are, cigarettes kill people every day. Cancer kills people every day. Alcoholism. I mean, there's all different kinds of things, and Coda Boy even brought up a great point, like swimming pools. Swimming pools kill children every day. They drowned, and that was the highest youth death, from infant. I think it was up to like 4 or 5 years old. But they don't talk about that. They don't outlaw swimming pools. Obesity, things like that. People have heart attacks and all this other stuff. And, some people just eat till they can't eat anymore. They don't ban forks. They've got to get off of the tool and get on to the mental state and start going after, like people on a lot of drugs and things like that. And of course, gangbangers and all of this. But of course, those are people that are doing things illegally anyway. They don't read, gun-free zones and things like that. They don't read signs. They just do what the hell they want to do. So what states are trying to do is disarm great people, good law-abiding citizens, and then yet they're just going to keep the thugs and let them have their guns and let them run, the state or the city. That's what I'm saying. If that were ever to really kick in, you're going to have outlaws out there, and they're going to have to do what they can do to defend their property, their family, and their own personal safety. So, it's really a sick thing. Yep, Philip. Yep, Georgia is a very gun-loving state, and that's awesome. Yeah, 300 blackout controlled chaos for home protection. Yeah, I mean, it's Robin, I appreciate you. If you've got a get, I appreciate it. Big Al, I appreciate you saying it's a great chat. But yeah, I just think that these people that are saying that ARs and this pistol and that pistol are all bad, they need to get some education. Yeah, Chicago is an open gun zone for thugs. Yes, it is. And that kind of goes back to gun-free zones, and I've said this many, many times, gun-free zones just invite thugs and wolves to the hen house. They assume that people are unarmed there. And if we could change that, and, I mean, I walk into my bank and my bank is not a gun-free zone. They are not gun-free. I walk into my bank with a gun. And I don't advertise it because I conceal carry, but my bank has tons of money in it, but yet I can't go through some school zones you can't even go through. I've even seen school zones in some states that are posted as you're driving through the school zone, no concealed carry. And I'm like, what? Or no guns. It'll have a no gun sign in a school zone when you're driving down the road. You're not even on their property. You're on a street. You're on a county road. I mean, that street is owned by the county or the city, and they post these. And maybe they're just telling you as you go into the school. I don't know, but these are on main roads out in front of schools. So, hey, Kevin, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I'm just going to do this periodically. I don't have, I'm not going to do this like this certain night, that certain night, but I just kind of wanted to do something. I saw 1776 doing it. And of course, y'all know that I like to talk. He does too. And we just kind of have some things to say, outside of our normal three guys gun chat, that sometimes we need to get off our chest. So that's kind of what this is about. Yes, Uncle Dan, I'm right there with you. Anywhere I go, I'll at least have one gun on yourself. Yes. And I do the exact same thing. I don't care where I'm going. I happen, and we can do a gun check. It's my chat. I've got the PO9, and this is 21 plus 1 in the pipe, and the Mid-Atlantic holster. And of course, I love the pistol, love the holster, and really digging the single action, double action. And of course, I love the striker fires too, but I like to mix it up every once in a while. Okay, 8 Mile in Detroit is a gun-free zone. Turns out you got to go buy them out of a trunk with some thug. Yeah. I've always joked about that. And I said, yeah, they're buying them out of trunks of cars and, under seat cushions and everything else. So they're going to get it. Oh, okay, Aaron, I appreciate that. I'm easier on the eyes than he is. So he's talking about I'm easier on the eyes than 1776. But yeah, like I said, I love those guys like they're my brothers. They pretty much are. So they're great guys. Easier to do when you're on the roads and gets all involved. Yeah, I just look at it as, and in a lot of states, even if you're not a concealed carrier, like if you don't have a concealed carry or just a carry permit, because we can open carry now, in Texas, you can carry in your car, even if you do not have a carry permit. So you can carry in your car to your work, and the gun has to stay like in your vehicle. And everybody says truck gun, and you can have a truck gun, but I'm not a big proponent of leaving a gun in the vehicle just at all times. Just leaving it there, and you can use lock boxes, you can use different things, but sometimes thieves are very creative. They'll bring bolt cutters with them. They'll bring all kinds of stuff, and they'll pop your window and just in order to steal a gun. And that just puts a good guy's gun on the street to do bad things with. So I'm not a proponent of physically leaving a gun in the car at all times. So that's just my point of view. And I understand if that's what you have to do, you have to do it. So thanks, music. I appreciate it. Yeah, my hair, it was kind of windy today, so my hair's all over the place. All right, Big Al's got his P07 here. Great pistol, man. Yeah, and I understand, Dexter, a lot of companies do have a no firearms policy. I know that, some of my counterparts are faced with that also. And, so now they can actually carry it in their car, they can carry, but once they get to the parking garage or wherever, they have to remove their gun and can't take it into the building. Then I know some that can't even have a firearm in their car. So, and I don't know how they really check for that unless they have dogs that can smell gunpowder or ammo. I don't really know, if they're going to be checking that sophisticated, but I know that if you get caught, it can be a pretty bad thing. And then I've even got some buddies that work on a base. And if you ever you're now a civilian working on a military base, and if you bring a firearm onto the base, that is a major no-no. So you can do some time in the pokey for that. So I understand in those situations because, of course, you have to have a job for your livelihood to support your family, and I would never want anybody to go to jail over that. But if you can carry, please carry. So, yes, Alan, I know that you do love your Mid-Atlantic holster. I talked to our buddy there, and he said that you got one of them, and that's a good deal. Yeah, Azure 6, I actually know some guys who have dedicated truck guns, and they leave them in there. So, they also carry on their person, but they have a dedicated truck gun. So that's just, their deal. All right, Two Willie Nut, big stuff, or good stuff, EJ. Wish I could stay longer, but I got to go check in. Shield Day, good deal. Two Willie Nut, we appreciate you, brother. I know you're out there getting it done for us, and we appreciate you. Yep, Uncle Dan, I've seen your tactical briefcase, or as you call it, your tactical man purse, as a joke. And yep, you got some goodies in there, so that's always a good thing. And 1776 has the New York attitude. Love it. Yeah, he definitely does. Alan, you're too big for the trunk. Yes. Daniel sold all of his guns. I understand, Daniel. So that's not a bad thing. I understand. I understand that's your line and you're sticking to it. And Rich sold all of his too. Now I know he probably didn't get rid of his 1911. He probably cut it off and made it a 1910, so that way it's less obvious to find. But yes, Oklahoma passed a bill in the House for constitutional carry. And that's what I'm saying. We need that in every state. This matter of fact, I can carry with the Texas permit. I can carry in all but 5 states. California, I think it's California, Maryland, New York. It's states I don't go to. Every state that I go to and that I even travel through, like when I went to the farm, every one of those states recognized my Texas handgun license. So very blessed to have that I don't have to haul around and mess with all that crap. Because of this locking it up and keeping the mag out and all this stuff. So basically, you're just traveling with a high dollar paperweight. What the hell does that do for you? Dave Gass, Big J, caught this. I will go back and watch this from the beginning where you are done. Thank you, Dave Gass. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, Azure 6, that's like the guy that, I joked around about it where he took his AR and he cut the barrel off of it. Well, the ATF should have called him right there because he just made an SBR. So he should be thrown in jail for that. So he didn't cut the receiver, or he didn't cut the lower. You notice that he didn't cut the lower. He just cut the barrel. So he was probably going to put a new barrel on it anyway, and he just did it for a damn video. So I thought that was a freaking joke. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Philip, all of his sunk in a boat and all this evil mags. Ooh, gosh, oh, Philip, I hope you did a police report on that. So, the Beatles are starting to make solo albums. Yeah, just so you know, I'm not going out on my own. 17 is not going out on his own. I mean, we're not quitting the Three Guys Gun Chat. We're just doing this for something different periodically because, one of the guys might have free time and this is what we want to do. So I'd rather talk to all you guys and ladies than just sit here in a hotel and watch TV, So I am going to do a bunch of dry fire practice tonight, though. I've got to catch up on that. Dry fire practice is very important. So, matter of fact, hell, I even do like 70%, sometimes even 80% dry fire practice, and then 30 to 20% live fire practice. So, yeah, that's it. New Jersey and Illinois don't recognize Texas. You're right, Michael. Those were the other ones. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Locked and Loaded? Yeah, I'm just like I said, Locked and Loaded. I'm just kind of doing this as kind of goofing around and doing something different. Is the Texas license a concealed weapon permit or a concealed handgun permit? Okay, Alan, that's a great question. When we first started, it was concealed carry only. Now you can open carry in Texas, so it's just considered basically a handgun license. So that's kind of how they look at it. So you can do both if you choose to. Now some area or some I travel in hotels a lot, and I'll walk up to the front door, and I've never in Texas once walked into a hotel where it was no concealed carry, but I have walked into hotels where it says no open carry, and that's fine. I can understand some people get freaked out about it. So, but I'm a concealed carry anyway. I prefer to be the gray man. When I'm out and about or competition, of course, open carry, but that's what everybody's doing. And that's just a personal opinion. If you open carry, hey, go for it. Not a problem. Yep, Robin, she can conceal, or she can carry all the way from Iowa to Texas. Yes, I know you can, and I have done that too. Stephen Worth, the 3 CZ Amigos. Yes, love my CZs. Yes, Rich, I know you. Went to the farm with you. I know you. And Daniel, yes, indeed, CZ Nation. Let's see here. Do I use snap caps when I dry fire? NC Civil War asked that question, and I do sometimes. Now on a striker fire, I never do. On a double action, single action, sometimes I will put a rubber O-ring. It's a very small O-ring. I'll just put it right back where the hammer hits the O-ring instead of hitting the firing pin or hitting it to engage the firing pin. And sometimes I just dry fire. I mean, hell, if your firing pin spring breaks, you can just replace it, and they're going to break over a period of time. I broke one on, what did I break it on? Was it my PO1? I think I broke one on my PO1 just from dry firing it regularly. So yeah, I mean, you can use snap caps and that's going to help, or you can use the O-ring under the hammer. So just pull the hammer back, put a little O-ring in there and just click it on the hammer. I even have a friend of mine who has it's like a tiny piece of it's not a tiny, I mean, it's a very tiny thin sheet of rubber, like kind of a thick piece of rubber, and he just slides it in there and then pops on it. So you can do that too. Yes, exactly, music. I'm not bored. I just miss y'all. And that is true. Like I said, I love my subs. I do. And if it wasn't for y'all, hell, I wouldn't have anything to talk about. There you go. Uncle Dan got him a gun at the border. Yes, and Big Al, I carry every time I go to Oklahoma. I'm carry a lot there too. So, and I've shot at H&H there. I've shot at Big Boy. What is it? Big Boy Guns. I've shot at that range there. I shot with Fu Master Chew at H&H Guns, H&H Shooting Sports. I've even bought 2 ARs in Oklahoma, and I bought 2 shotguns in Oklahoma. So I have bought guns in Oklahoma before, but I can't, what's really dumb, and I've talked about this before, but as a Texas resident, I can go over to Oklahoma, or I can go to mostly any state, and I can buy a long gun, but I can't buy a pistol. So I can go buy an AR that holds 30 rounds, 60 rounds, 100 rounds, but I can't buy a pistol that holds 15 or 20 rounds. I don't know what sense that makes, but it's crazy. But it is what it is. Dave, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Love the solo chats. Like I said, it's just just something different. Oh, so locked and loaded. Yeah, I did a comparison between the CZ and the AR9, and he said a lot of people chose the AR9. Like I said before, I love my CZ Scorpion. Awesome little rifle, or I guess you could say pistol carbine rifle. But mine's the pistol version, but I really do enjoy it. Yes, music. I know that you know that trigger springs do break on CZs, so that can happen, and really it can happen on any double action, single action pistol. It's really the amount of dry firing. I mean, I have a buddy of mine's broke them on SIGs before, so stuff happens. Where do you put the O-ring? Big Al, I will show you on this one. Okay, right back here, you just put an O-ring right inside there. Just kind of take an O-ring that's round, and you're going to make it kind of oval and just stick it right in here so it actually hits the flat part of your hammer, and it does not impact your firing pin right here, so it doesn't hit this. And you just stick it in there. It'll hold itself right, a wedge right in here, and you just bang, 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 and you'll actually just hit the O-ring. So that's kind of how you do it. Just you can round it right around that. So that's how you do it. So let's see here. Hey, we got Mateo in the house. I appreciate you, Mateo, being on. Okay, Uncle Dan, I'm not going to repeat what you just said. No, okay, Bald, like I said, we're not breaking up. We're not breaking up the band. It's just kind of a little solo thing I'm doing. So, yeah, NC Civil War, the O-ring does work. And like I said, you can use a flat piece of rubber. However, if you use it and it hits hard enough, it's still going to hit it. The O-ring actually goes around it so it doesn't impact it. And it's kind of a thick O-ring. It's just a little thick O-ring, and you just stick it right in there. And you can test it and tell if it's impacting it or not. See if I've missed anything. Yes, music, I agree with you on that. I would love to have a close land where I could just go out and shoot and not really have to worry about anything. However, I don't. So, hey, Foo, there's Foo Master Chew. I was just talking about you, Foo Master Chew. So, telling everybody that you and I shot at H&H in Oklahoma and had a great time. Insight. Hey, Insight, I appreciate you being on, brother. Okay, music said it's a number 83 O-ring. Heck, I just found an O-ring and stuck it on there. I didn't have a number on mine, but that's great information. Thanks for sharing music. I know a lot of people would want to know that. Okay. Yeah, and Dave, that's what I said. I'd rather, have a good time with you guys and ladies than just sit around here. Yeah, Foo, I will definitely give you a call. I'll be coming to Oklahoma in probably about 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll call you ahead of time, and we'll make arrangements to get together and shoot. And I know you have a ton of pistols, but anything you don't have, I'll bring, and anything I don't have, I'll shoot of yours. So we'll have a good time. Oh yeah, Insight won a gun. That was awesome. On the C-Max giveaway. I can't remember. Oh, he won Ed USA's 357. So that was awesome. Come to my place and you can shoot as far as you can see. Oh, Big Al, that'd be awesome. I don't know what neck of the woods you are in, but if that's an area I travel to, I would love to do that. No, inside the O-rings that I'm talking about, they're not the little tiny ones like that come on the lock grips. They're tiny around, but they're fat. They're kind of chunky. And like I said, Music said it's a number 83 O-ring. Because she would know. I just found some. I had a whole bunch of O-rings, and I kind of went through there and found a thick one that stuck in there. And then I tried it and noticed it wasn't, activating it any longer. I used a thin one, and it was still hitting it. So these things are super, like little thick, fat O-rings, but they're small, and they are, they're not real pliable. I mean, they're definitely thick. I don't know where the hell I even got them, to be honest with you. BJ, no offense to the three amigos, but I've learned more in this solo chat than the group ones. So far, thanks for doing this straight up. Hey, NC Civil War, I appreciate it. Like I said, they're all great guys, and we're all in it together. So, but it's good to go out every once in a while and kind of do your own thing, and but like I said, still every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Central, we're going to have the Three Guys Gun Chat. So, and we rotate the channels. If it's a weekend, I can always meet up. It's the weekdays they're tough since I'm on second shift now. Okay, I got you, Foo. And yeah, I'm usually there during the week, but maybe it'll be a week where I can head out there early or whatever, or maybe the time will change and it'll stay light longer. We'll work it out. I'll just check with you. If you can do it, you can. If you can't, I completely understand. No, Michael, I have not seen the TSRA annual meeting while in Houston. I have not. So, yes, and I have noticed that the ARs and the AKs, I've been watching them, and they have been creeping up. I even watched them a little bit prior to the Florida incident, and I'm going to call it an incident. I'm not going to, say the other. That's just my personal opinion. But I have seen them creeping up, so definitely have been. Oh wow, Big Al, Denison, Texas. Hey, that's not too far from me. So Big Al, if you get a chance, shoot me a PM, and maybe we can get together. So that'd be awesome. Oh, it was this past weekend. No, I actually just arrived in Houston today, and I'll be here for the week. And, of course I'm working, but in the evenings, I'll be running around, doing this or doing whatever we're going to do. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Local Cabela's, AR mags were almost sold out. Hunts for Food, hell, and I'll be honest with you, if you can, I would buy all your AR stuff, like mags and stuff online, because you can get the quantity you want, you can get a better price, and they'll deliver it right to your door. Because I've noticed that too. It's like everybody runs into the local stores and just starts buying everything up. So, because I have seen a lot of AR mags still online, and available. Let's see here. Yeah, Big Al, you can get them loaded with ammo too. But I watched this goofy thing where this politician was talking, and she was calling them clips, and she was saying, yeah, when the clips run out, they have to get other clips. She didn't understand that she thought the clips were the bullets. So they shoot, like she thought the bullets were actually made into the clip. So when you shoot all the bullets out of the clip, then you have to buy another clip. I was listening to this lady that was talking about gun control, and I was literally laughing super hard. Do you do indoor range shooting? Yes, Music. If you look at a lot of my older videos, I was actually did tons of indoor range shooting. And there's ranges that are close to my house. The closest outdoor range, let's say 100-yard rifle range, is about an hour. They're about an hour away from my house one way. So, I try to do as much as I can in shooting, but of course with family and things like that, and with that traveling, all during the week, it's kind of hard on the weekends to run out and play guns. And matter of fact, I'm waiting for some more stuff to come in. I had to replace my race belt, my double alpha race belt. The actual inner liner that's sewn onto the outer hard belt literally started peeling off. All of the stitching was coming out of it, and it was a double alpha. And so I contacted them. They were very, very nice. I contacted them, sent them pictures, showed them everything, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's defective. We'll send you another one." So they sent me another one out pretty immediately. And so now I'm setting that belt up, and I sent the other belt back. And if you've ever shot up or excuse me, ever set up a competition belt, you got to have everything at the right spot, and then you got to test it, and you got to check it, and then you got to adjust this and adjust that. So it's a big pain in the butt. Literally, you think it would take 2 minutes, but sometimes it takes over an hour or two to set up a damn race belt. Let's see here. Yeah, Michael, I used to buy stuff from Cheaper Than Dirt, and their prices would go up and down. But now I just really, I'll like put the information in that I'm looking for, and then a lot of different things will pop up, and then I kind of just start selecting different things, and kind of see who has the best prices. Some people even offer free shipping, and then what I'll do is I will like Google coupons for Cheaper Than Dirt, just for craps and grins. And sometimes coupons will pop up and say, use summer 54 and get 10% off. And hell, I'll try it and it'll work. So, I kind of do stuff like that to even get a better price or even free shipping. And it's worked sometimes it doesn't. Yes, Lancers are really nice magazines. I really do like them. And I don't have very many of those. I have a ton of PMags. Yeah, we've had a ton of rain too, and man, the ranges have been really sloppy. Okay, looking good. See, I haven't checked to see if I have thumbs up or thumbs down, and I appreciate everyone giving me, if they're giving me thumbs out. I guess I'm looking good, and no thumbs down. Well, not yet. I do have a couple of trolls, and they've informed me that they're trolls since I've kind of done some of these videos where it's no gun control and stuff like that. I've had more. There's a group, and I can't remember their name, but I guess they're well known as an anti-gun group, and they've been jumping on a lot of my videos, and they'll leave like 18 paragraphs of stats, and it's all a bunch of gibberish of people who were killed by guns. And, they're not counting suicides and all this other stuff. And they're trying to leave all these goofy stats, and they'll give me tons of thumbs down. And then I've just got regular trolls. So, it is what it is. Dave, what do I do for a living? I'm an auto body for 32 years. I think you told me airplane repair. No, I actually wasn't. I still am an A&P airframe and power plant technician. That's not what I do currently, but I did that for a long time. And also I was a master certified technician, and I don't do that any longer, but I do a lot of traveling. Let's put it that way. Let's see here. Music lovers asking me if I've had any issues with grab a gun. Absolutely not. I have I take that back. I did have one issue, and that was only one. I purchased and I've bought probably 13 guns from Grab a Gun. Literally, they're local, pretty local to me. So what I can do is I can buy it online, and then I can go to the Coppell store and actually pick it up there. So there's no FFL or transfer fee. However, I do have to pay tax on it. Because they're local in Texas, so I do pay tax on it, but I pay no FFL charges. So I bought a lot of guns through them, but I did have one issue. I ordered a CZ TSO the first time. It showed in stock. I purchased it, bought it, was all excited that I got it. And then 2 days later, they emailed me and said it was a mistake in their system. Or I'm sorry, it was a 97B. That's what it was, a 97B. And I paid for it and everything. They sent me an email 2 days later and said it was a error in their system, and I did not officially get the gun, so they refunded my money. So, but other than that, I've had no issues with grab a gun. And when you walk into the store, you can check the pistol. I bought my Rex 01 through them. And when I went in, opened up the box, looked at it, it actually had a huge scratch right at the front of it. And so they saw it right there, and I declined the gun. They ordered me another one, and they had it there within 2 days. So, and that was a factory scratch about that long down the side of the gun. So it was really good. Um, wow, Mateo, 39 watching, 37 likes. So, hey, man, I appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank y'all so much. Like I said, we're a tight group, man, and I appreciate every one of y'all. Um, Democratic Party. Hey, there's a crazy Scotsman. I appreciate it. Um, you've turned, Balding Curious said he's turned this down for you, Big J. What are friends for? I don't know what he's talking about. He probably meant he thumbs down. That's probably what he'll do. He'll give me a big thumbs down. No, I appreciate the Crazy Scotsman and Balding Curious and, Alan B. Pro and all that. I mean, that's a great, great thing that y'all have all done for for CMAX. And of course, Coda Boy, he helped a lot with that too. And, that's just a great thing that we're doing for CMAX. And, I did the putter thing way back for him too. And, it just shows how tight our community is, that we help each other out. And I know that if any of the other guys or ladies in our group, were sick, I know that we would all step in and help them out too. So that's always a great thing. Love Pink Floyd. Big Al, I've used Grab a Gun, went by their store, and it's really small. Have them sent to my hotel and zero tax. Yeah, and Big Al, it is a really tiny store. You would think that it's like some huge gun store. It's not. I mean, they're an online design store. When you walk in there, they'll have about 5 ARs, about 2 shotguns, and maybe 12 pistols in there, and that's all they have in the store. Matter of fact, if you place an order in the store, you can pay for it there if you want to do it cash or whatever. And sometimes they don't even have it in the back warehouse. They have to get it from another warehouse or the distributor. So sometimes you can't walk out with the gun, even if you were to buy it right there. Does anyone know what happened to Moonbase Alpha channel? It's totally empty. Aaron, I don't. I've seen, some channels just kind of go away. I look at it this way, I'm not in it for the money, so I'm not going anywhere unless they just completely shut me down. If they choose to do that, they do that. But, and I'm not saying everybody, a lot of people are in it for the money. I know some are, so I don't know if with the YouTube, monetization cuts that some people just said, hell with it, it's not worth it. I don't know. Traveling gigolo. No, Dave, I'm not that. Yeah, and no offense to anyone, but I don't talk a whole bunch about my personal life. And it's no offense to anyone. It's just, I try to keep a lot of stuff personal, and I'm sure y'all can all respect that. So I don't advertise what I do and things like that. It's just what I've chosen to do. And, I know a lot of other people don't advertise what they do either. We would even do it for you. Well, I appreciate it, Alan. Yeah, and Dave, that's one thing that I didn't want to do. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, who's doing a live chat and has it scheduled, and that's why I'm just going to kind of do these periodically. And I looked, and I haven't gotten any alerts to our normal group that had a chat set up for tonight. So that's why I decided to do it tonight. Plus, I had some stuff that I want to get off my chest. That's why I decided to do it. Yeah, Robin, we have a fabulous group here. I mean, everybody is awesome. Okay, Uncle Dan. Yeah, I drove right by there, Able Ammo, Huntsville, Texas. So, yep, I know pretty much where that is. Balling Curious. No, 1776 is not in it for the money and the free stuff. And that's the thing. We get people who reach out to us and say, hey, will you check this out for us or test and evaluate it? And I mean, I enjoy getting some free stuff. I will be honest with you, I've gotten some free stuff and I've taken it out of the package and looked at it and I've been like, are you kidding me? And I'll wrap it back up and I'll actually write a note what I find wrong with it. I've even put some post-it notes on stuff before and send it right back to them because, I'm not going to blister a company if I'm not even going to do a video. Now, if I look at it and it looks like decent quality and it's something that I would trust my life with, or, that I feel that is safe or, made well, I'll actually do a video on it. I'll try it. I'll wear it. And then I'll report back. And, if you haven't seen an update video on it, that usually means it's really good stuff. I haven't had any issues. But if I have an issue, trust me, there'll be a video on it. I'm not getting paid by anybody. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not going to sell out for anybody, so don't worry about that. No, I'm not a 00 spy, shooting, or Uncle Dan. I'm not that. I promise you. Plus, what else are you doing? Or what else are you going to do if you're stuck in a hotel? Exactly. Well, to be honest with you, I would probably watch YouTube. I don't really watch a lot of TV. I watch movies sometimes with my wife, but I pick the movies that aren't sellout people, such as George Clooney, Matt Damon. I won't watch those. That's just me. But, if it's just some kind of movie where I agree with the actors or, they're not all out for the stupid stuff, then I'll listen to them. Oh, no, Dave, you didn't offend me. Don't even worry about that. Yeah, no, hell, trust me, if you know me, it takes a lot to offend me. Hell, just ask Coda Boy and SoCal and all my buddies. I mean, all my, guys at the farm. I don't get, I don't get offended. So, like I said, it's all good. That guy that gets the free Hudsons, I don't know anybody that's gotten a free Hudson yet. And maybe they have. I don't know anybody that has, though. Fu Master Chew says he needs an ammo sponsor. This stuff isn't cheap. I buy all of these guns for you guys. Yeah, I hear you. I don't get free guns and I don't get free ammo. I wish that I would, but, I don't. Kevin Roberts. Hey, Big Johnson, how do you like the P07 Urban Gray? I'm thinking of getting one. Well, Kevin, I have the P09 and Urban Gray. Matter of fact, so you know, this is unloaded now. I have two P09s. This lower is an Urban Gray lower, but I have put my other P09 upper on it, and my Urban Gray upper with the suppressor sights is on my black lower. So it's all black, and that's the one I named my Batman gun. I've got a video on it. But this is actually an Urban Gray model right here. So these serial numbers on the frame and the slide do not match. But they work great. So that's a cool thing about them. You can switch them, as long as you use the whole slide, you can switch them right over. And somebody else asked me if I've ever put a P09 slide on a P07, and I have not done that. So I don't know if it'll work. I haven't done it. So maybe I'll do a video on it. Hell, maybe I'll try it. But no, I love the P09 Urban Gray, and I have shot the P07 Urban Gray, and it's great. I love it. They're super nice pistols. To be honest with you, the P07 and the P09 are probably two of my favorite carry guns. I mean, I just love them. Yeah, I was gonna say, I like the John Wick movies too. My wife, every time John Wick 2 or 1 is on, my wife's like, "You're watching that again? You've seen it like 100 times." I'm like, "Well, it's a cool ass movie, He trains with Terran Tactical and stuff like that. I mean, it's just cool. I like shoot 'em up movies. Good shoot 'em up movies, not with sellouts." Let's see here. Overpaid. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely not on the George Clooney bandwagon, that's for sure. Hey, V-Borg, what's up, man? Appreciate you joining in. Yes, Dexter, I am a big fan of the Omega triggers. And the reason I am, and I'll just go ahead and show you on this one, and this is unloaded. I will verify it again. It is completely clear. There's no brass in the chamber or no aluminum and no nothing. So it is clear. I like it because I like the not aggressive hook trigger. Because when I place my finger on it on the non-Omega, since it has such a large point, since my fingers are so big, after I shoot it about 200 rounds, I will actually have a big poke mark in my finger. Now I can still shoot the non-Omega, but when I pull this, it tends to flatten out more. And this is more reminiscent of like the Shadow 2 trigger. So that's why I really like this one. So I'm a big Omega fan. That's just me personally. Other people don't like it, but I really like it. Let's see here. I love that CZ Big J. Cool. Thoughts on the P320? I've been seeing a bunch of negative stuff lately. Mine had run flawlessly so far, but 600 rounds through it, including 100 round of American steel junk. Honestly, I have. Well, I'll go ahead and let y'all know since it's on my chat. If you go back and look at my video, I had a P320 with a tricked out frame, the whole works, the Apex flat face trigger. I had one of the first 320s out, I think, or not out on YouTube, but with the group that we hang with, and I loved it. I shot it really well and everything else. However, when I went into some other guns, I kind of fell out of love with it. Not that it's a bad pistol, I just actually kind of fell out of love with it. So I had the opportunity to get rid of it. So I removed the frame, the one that I had stippled, battle worn, finished, and everything. And I put my olive drab frame on it and I sold it. And I actually made the same amount of money that they're going for new. And then I sold the frame to an actual SIG rep. So the SIG rep that does all of Texas now has my frame. And he loves it. And I'm glad it went to a guy that really loves it because the frame was unbelievable. Apex Armory did a fabulous job on that thing for me. So I do not have my 320 anymore. And I'd never thought that I would get rid of it, but I did. Is the hammer springs that wear out first on the PO9, PO7 hard to change out? If you get you can have two that wear out. You can have the trigger spring inside here, and I haven't replaced that on a PO7 or PO9, or you can have the actual firing pin spring that goes inside here wear out. And if you're going to do that, you can just put an extended firing pin. The firing pin in here is really easy to change out, but I personally have never changed out a trigger spring, so I can't say they're easy to do. I know that when you pull apart a CZ, it can be like a jigsaw puzzle, and trust me, I'm going to start doing. Normally I'll just take them to a gunsmith buddy of mine at Wiley's, and he does a fabulous job, and he'll knock them out. Just take 3 or 4 guns in there and let him put kits in them and stuff like that. Just because I travel so much, I don't have a lot of time to sit there. And, even though I was a technician, I worked on big parts, but these big old hands, they don't work fine with little tiny springs. I get irritated sometimes. Do you know what height your fiber optic sights are on your PO9? Music, no, I don't. These are supposedly the direct replacements for the rear sight. It will ask you if you're keeping the factory rear sight, and if you are, then get this sight. And that's what I did. So that's why I have those. No SoCal, I did not. I am going to be going there tomorrow or Wednesday. So I will be heading there, and I'll let you know how that works out. Yeah, Steven, the PO7 is a great pistol. Yeah, okay. Well, Mateo's saying that they're not hard to swap out. So, and I know he would know. Oh, thanks a lot, Civil War. I appreciate you for being on. There's more. Bald, what the heck? There's more of you watching this than my 3-gun chat. Well, Bald, I know you're not having the 3-gun chat now. I didn't get an alert on it. I hope you're not. I don't want to be stepping on anybody's hands, or because I thought you had those on Fridays. Yeah, the P250 is actually really nice, and it's a very underrated pistol. I've shot it a few times. I've never owned one, but I've shot one, and it's actually a pretty damn nice pistol. You're welcome, Music. Rather joke with one another. You guys need to involve the chat followers more. Plus, plus you very rarely reply to comments on your videos. Just trying to help you on the chat. Oh, he's talking to Bald. BJ, got your rail in my truck. Didn't get a chance to go to the post office. I'll do it. Oh, thanks, Bald. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, just go ahead and let y'all know, since it's my chat. I'm going to build an upper. This will be my very first AR upper that I've ever built. I've, as y'all all know, I'm a pistol guy and I own ARs, but I've never built one. I've never even built an upper or a lower. So I have nothing to hide, no shame in never doing it. I'm going to build my first upper. And the really cool thing is I reached out to some of my farm brothers and just said, hey, here's what I'm going to do. And, talked to Bald, and he's like, hey, I've got a rail for you, so he's hooking me up with a rail. And SoCal is hooking me up with a barrel and a muzzle brake and, just stuff that they have. And they're kind of donating them to me to put on my, to build my first upper. So, I mean, they're just awesome people, and I really appreciate them for doing that, and when we get it all built up, we'll go out and shoot it and give everybody shout outs, but that's just how we roll. So, oh, SoCal flaked on me too. Hey, SoCal, I didn't send your stuff to you today either. It's in the truck, and I will send it from Houston. So I will stop at the mailbox tomorrow or the post office and ship it out to you. Let's see here. Hunts, that stinks, man. Got to Hunts for Food said he got to handle the P07 a week ago and he was going to buy it, only to find out that it was sold. And that has actually happened to me before, not on a P07, but I was in a gun store and I was handling a gun. I said, hey, what's that gun back there in the box? And it wasn't in the case. It was behind the counter in a box. And the sales guy goes, oh, and he opened it up and said, hey, here's what it is. And I was handling everything and I was like, wow, okay, I'll take it. And right when he was going to ring it up, and I gave him my CHL and everything, so we were going to do the paperwork, and this guy that was at another counter said, no, this guy right here bought it. And I was like, so I guess the guy bought that one and he was looking at another gun, and that happened to me before too, and I was like, damn it. So, but that sucked. So I can definitely relate with you. Let's see here. Yeah, and Steven, that's what I heard. And, SoCal's told me, and other people, once you build an upper or a lower, you're going down the rabbit hole. And, I'm a rabbit hole guy with pistols. I love pistols. So I'm sure that's going to happen with the AR stuff too. Yeah, and Big Al's talking about the X-ray. Yeah, on the P365, now they're coming with all the X-ray sights, and X-ray sights are awesome. I love those sights. I mean, if at that time, if I could have had the opportunity to buy them for two of my SIG pistols, I would have bought them. They just didn't have them available when I had those at that particular time. So I bought other sights, and I didn't want to take those sights off that I just purchased and put X-ray on it. But man, the X-ray sights on the Legions and stuff are awesome. I really like them, and I think they made a hell of a choice going on the 365. Yes, Matts, I know that Nolan could walk me through how to build an AR build. I know that SoCal could. Hell, we've got a lot of guys. Coda Boy, all those guys could. Even Bald and Curious, I'm sure. So I've got a lot of great guys that I know that would help me out. Sand Papal Pistol Grips, how you doing, buddy? I appreciate you. Matter of fact, Sand, I was pulling your stuff out that you sent me the other day and going through it. But I had to pack, and so I didn't get a chance to put that stuff on, but I'm definitely going to do that for you. So I appreciate you getting that stuff out to me. Let's see here. How many rounds do I have through my P09? Through this P09 right here, and this is the one I shoot the most. And it has a ton. I don't know if you can see the hood wear very well. Probably not, but I honestly probably have about 2,000 rounds through this one, or maybe a little more, because I know I shot, yeah, it probably has close to 2,500 rounds through it, I would say. After about, 1,500 rounds or so, hell, I quit counting. I probably need to keep a better count on my pistols. But I've probably got about 2,500 rounds or more through it, and nothing on this pistol has been changed. It's all factory, and nothing on this pistol has broken. So these are all the factory parts on this one. So, and it's a great, like I said, I really, really enjoy it. But, you know, and that's the thing that you have to decide, you know, if you're really thinking about getting a P09 or a P07, is the size. You know, a lot of people think the P09 is too big, but then when I put my hand on it without the extension, I mean, you know, but this is my hand, but, you know, I can fill this pistol up pretty quick. And, you know, I get a really great purchase on it. I just love this pistol. And plus, now, and the cool thing about the P09 mags is I can run this 21 round mag in my P07. So they just go right in. And then on the P07, it just sticks out at the bottom about that far. So, you know, that's the cool thing about these mags. They'll work in either gun. But yeah, I love them. Oh, cool. Thanks, Bad Billy. I appreciate you, brother. Bad Billy's saying if I need any other parts, let me know. He has some lower parts, but no upper stuff. Yeah, for right now, I'm just building an upper. But like I said, I'll probably go into the lowers also. Yeah, and that's, you know, that's really funny that, you know, I mean, like I said, I own ARs. I've just never built one. You know, so this is going to be kind of a new thing for me, but I've got a lot of experienced people that can help me through it. So that's a good thing about our community. And of course, there's tons of videos on it, and most of those guys that would be able to talk to, you know, have done videos on them themselves. So that's always a good thing to have that, to be able to go back and look at that as reference too. Michael Quigley, he says he doesn't have much experience with CZs, but he has heard a lot of good things about them. Yes, you know, I love CZs. I've got several of them, and honestly, I have not found a bad CZ. Now, there's a couple of them that have different quirks, you know, such as the small hook trigger, like on the P01. However, you can change that trigger out to one very similar to the Shadow 2. It's called an 85 Combat. So I can change the trigger shape out. You know, there's a lot you can do to them. And I would definitely recommend, if you're going to buy any parts for a CZ, to go to CZ Custom. You know, I know that CZ, or excuse me, Cajun Gunworks has a lot of parts for them. However, they, you know, they don't have the latest and greatest updates like CZ Custom does from CZ. So, like with 7-Ups, we had some interference fit with their hammer versus CZ's factory sear and some things like that. So he ran into a lot of unknowns that didn't work. So, you know, it's just one of those things when you go to CZ Custom, you know, you're getting everything that's going to be right for that pistol. So, but, you know, to each their own. If you haven't had any bad experience, then, you know, you will, you know, maybe you just haven't had anything. I've got a video coming out. Excuse me. I've got a video coming out where I had a situation with Cajun Gunworks, and it will be explained in the video. So it'll be coming out this week. But let's see here. Bald and Curious, the P07 and P09 mags. Yes, well, the new P07, the new P07 mags have the same cut for the P10C. So if you own a P10C, your P07 new cut mags will work in the P10C, and they will go back to the P07s. So that's a cool thing. Let's see here. I have built 2 ARs and bought one. I'm trying not to build anymore, but I am not winning the fight. Yeah, Kevin, I have a feeling that's probably going to end up happening to me too. Okay. Sandpaper Pistol Grips, just so y'all know, he just finished and released for sale 2 grip kits, one for the P07 and one for the P09. That's awesome. And you know, honestly, that is one thing that I've kind of always complained about with the P07 and the P09. Now, as y'all all know from my lock grips, I like super, super aggressive grips. I mean, I like them to where they bite my hand. And that is one thing on these. There's really nothing there. I mean, it's now I get a good grip, but I tell you what, I've shot this pistol in an Outlaw match, and it's called World of Guns. And man, it was really, really hot, and this thing got pretty slick. So, you know, I was thinking about stippling it, and it's pretty, you know, you can hear it. it's got some aggression, but it's not super aggressive like I would like it. I like that thick rubber kind of feel on them. I just like it to where it locks in my hand. So that's cool. If y'all are looking for those, definitely reach out to Sandpaper Pistol Grips. And also remember, like we always say on our chats, any of y'all that are in here, please sub one another. You can actually just click on their icon, the little bitty icon right here, little tiny icons over here. Just click on them and then say go to channel, and you can subscribe right there. So y'all all subscribe to each other. We've got a lot of great channels on here watching, so I appreciate all y'all. Trees of Blowing's on. I appreciate you, Trees of Blowing. Let's see here. Sandpaper. Oh, hey, Sandpaper. Thanks, man. Cool. Definitely appreciate that. So I guess Sandpaper is going to hook me up with some good grips for my PO7 and my PO9. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, and I'm always willing to try things out. If you can get a better grip on a pistol, that's never a bad thing. Let's see here. Yeah, and in that video also, I'm going to release. I'll give you all a teaser. It's the PO1 versus the PO7, and it's likes and dislikes. And then we're talking about sights too. And I talk about the mags, and it's pretty interesting. It's probably something y'all have never seen or maybe even never thought about, but it's one you're probably going to watch if you're considering a PO1 or a PO7. And trust me, I love both of the pistols, so I'll go ahead and let y'all know I'm not going to get rid of either one of them. But there's some really differences some people haven't thought about. So, but yeah, Bald and Curious wants some Sandpaper pistol grips for his H9. Let's see here. Gave me a video idea on PO7 versus P10C. Let's see here. Talon just sent me the granulated grip for my HK. Yeah, and I've used Talons in the past, Dave, and there's nothing. I'm not beating them up or anything. And I followed the directions perfectly and cleaned everything and the hair dryer and the whole works. But the little fingers, where you were wrapping it over, how you did the little fingers, I kept having problems with those little fingers, and they kept popping off, with just sweat and stuff like that. And I had problems with that. And I don't know if it was just particular guns, but it actually happened on 2 of them. And then I had some, grips way back when, traction grips, and that thing's still on my shield. And man, I literally have over 5,000 rounds through that gun. No lie. I mean, I'll pull it apart and you can see the wear. And that thing still hadn't peeled off. So, hey, we got 1776 on here. My brother from another mother. But glad you're on, man. Yep, I kind of decided to do my own little chat, 17. So we were talking about that earlier. I appreciate you being on. But I just kind of wanted to do this and kind of, get out there and, whoops, hang on, let me get back here. Kind of just wanted to, get out there and kind of, talk a little bit about, different things and, kind of my opinion on stuff. Yes, music, I did keep on the PO9. I kept the rear stock sight. I'll show you here what I did, and it is unloaded. These are the stock sights, and I took black fingernail polish and perfectly dotted in the 2 whites. You can see it right there. So I actually did black those out with black fingernail polish, and I don't know if you can see the sight picture very well, but there it is. And then also, I like the green fiber optic better than the red. I've ran reds in competition, and I tell you what, once I put the green in there, it really lit up. I mean, that thing glows, and I've had a lot of better luck with the green. And that, eyes can vary, but I had really good luck with the green so far. And so I've changed a lot of my guns. The Shadow 2 has green now. My PO7 and my PO9 have green, and I'll be changing the Tanfolio Stock 2 over to green from red. So I'm a green guy. So let's see here. F5 Torndu, and I'm sorry if I'm screwing up your name. He said, I went to buy a PO7 a while ago, tried a SIG Legion while I was there, and couldn't like the CZ trigger afterwards. The resale felt like it was half a mile. Yeah, and that's the thing about the CZs. A lot of people will fire them in the store, and they'll be like, wow, these don't feel that great. but it kind of wears in on itself. You know, they kind of feel a little gritty when you first pull them. However, that all works out after about, I'd say after 500 rounds, it's pretty much gone. And you know, you can check with Bad Billy and some other guys that have gotten the PO7s too, and the PO9s, and that's kind of just how it is. However, man, for a single action trigger, that thing is, mine is about 3 pounds, 8 ounces, and that's completely stock. That's with no trigger kit, no nothing. You can actually make it lighter, and you can make the double action. But if you think about it, you can decock it on the first if you run your decocker, or you can run it. You know, that's a good thing about the Omega. You can put the safety in it, so you can run it cocked and locked, or you can use the decocker, so your first shot's half cocked. And then after that, after your first shot, you're in single action the whole time. So, you know, and it's just getting used to that first break of double action. And that's one thing that I like. I kind of want to, you know, striker fire. I mean, I've shot striker fire forever and nothing against them. I like them. But I kind of like to give myself a little more of a challenge. And that's why I'm really leaning more to double action, single action. That's just a personal opinion. You know, nothing against striker fire, or if anyone, you know, likes what they like, that's fine. I just kind of look at it as more of a challenge to me. And I want to kind of, you know, be able to shoot all different guns, you know, and I'm not a big revolver guy. And hell, I've even decocked this multiple times and put it back in double action, you know, and I've shot a whole magazine or more just in double action only. And it's really not that bad. It really loosens up once you shoot it about 500 rounds. The double action loosens up and the single action gets really like butter. So, let's see here. Okay, well, Dave, yeah, because I tried the rubberized talons, so maybe that was just the issue with those. I don't know. Crazy Scotsman said, what did he miss? His work called. Well, I was talking about you, this Crazy Scotsman, so you have to go back and watch. Yeah, Hunts for Food. I have a set of the XS Big Dots. However, I do not prefer the Big Dot. I like the XS. They're nice sights, but I prefer the standard dot. I don't like the big dot, but that's just, again, my personal opinion. I just prefer the smaller one. Yes, Dawson sights do come with the green and the red. They'll come with a little small fiber optic, and plus you can buy, like when you go on Dawson's website, when you order it, you can order the green rods, the red rods, multiple packs. You can order whatever you want, and I would keep those. I personally haven't broken one in competition or anything, but I do hear that they can break, and they're easy to change out. I mean, it literally takes like a minute to change them out. You just cut it, trim it, put it in, hit it with a lighter, and I just keep one in my range bag. So if I ever break one, I can change it out pretty quick. Let's see here. FNX or REB is saying FNX 45 new this week. Don't know. I haven't heard about a new FNX 45. I have an FNX 45 and I love the pistol. Highest capacity 45 out there, and other than a carbine. But I really, really like it. And see, here's Trees of Blowing. He's had his PO7 for a little while, and he's really liking the PO7. So, and I believe that's, yeah, I know it's his first CZ. So that's good that he's liking it. And I think that Bad Billy still likes his. I haven't really heard an update on it. He, you know, that I guess he can sound off in here. I'm assuming he still likes it, or we would have heard something. Okay, Music has the rubber talons on the PPQ, and she likes them. Okay, 1776 or bust, used sandpaper pistol grips combo grip, has a rubber sandpaper texture. Yeah, perfect feel. Cool. Yeah, and the big dot, you know, if you get the big dot, it's definitely close. Music says FDE guns suck. Yeah, I just like, you know, sometimes I just like different colors. You know, I mean, hell, I like OD green. I like all kinds of colors. So just something different. She has green frame envy. Robin Eggs Blue rules. I mean, hell, now with Cerakote and Duracoat and stuff, you could make the gun whatever color you want. Okay, here's a report from Bad Billy. He is liking the P07 more every time he goes out with it. So that's definitely, and he put the Talon sandpapers on his P07. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely, hey, Humble, man, I appreciate you being on, brother. I hope all is well. Hope that baby's doing well. You got him a new baby. Um, I just like trying different stuff. If it's going to do something to improve your grip and make you shoot better or make you more comfortable to hold on to that gun, I'm all for trying out. And I think that other people should too. And like I know 1776, he does a lot of Apex triggers. I have a lot of Apex. KS does also, and some people are, and 17 did a good video on it. Are you scared to update your triggers or concerned about it? And that's one thing with me. And I'll be the first to say it. I'm not concerned about, updating my triggers or anything like that, because I look at it this way. It doesn't matter if it has a 1 pound trigger or if it has a 25-pound trigger. If I pull it, I mean to pull it. So that's just the way I look at it. So that's, and if you're worried about that, don't put your finger on the trigger. So, or run with a safety. If that makes you feel more comfortable, get you a gun with a safety, and then as you get used to shooting it or more and more shooting it, you're not going to put your finger on the trigger. Okay. REB is getting an FNX 45 this week. Man, you're gonna love the pistol. That FNX 45, that thing is a beast. You can't beat 16 rounds at 230 grains of hate. And I'm just joking. I just joke around and say that, but it is an awesome pistol. Shoots great. And it'll take you a little bit to get the trigger. At first it'll feel kind of stiff or tough, but once you shoot 200 or 300 rounds through it, it's going to soften up also, and you're probably really going to like it. It has a nice single action. Let's see here. Music wants a Grand Power 100. Let's see here. Cerakote is okay right up till it starts wearing off. Then it looks like crap. Yeah, and on my P320, I had a new coating on it called Armor Coat. It's supposed to be really stronger than Cerakote and Duracoat, and it was called Armor Coat. And I tell you, I had that battle worn finish on it, and I holstered it. I wore that thing. I mean, I drive practiced from the holster, and that thing was in and out of the holster, and it never had wear. Now, granted, it was a polymer frame, so I don't know if it might show differently on the all steel pistol. I don't know. And the reports were, it had all this comparisons between Duracoat and Cerakote and saying it was the best. And I don't know. I mean, it could wear, but on the Polymer 320, I didn't notice one bit of wear. So I was very impressed with it. Let's see here if I'm missing something. I know I probably am. Okay, so Music has, she has all of her guns are stock except sights, and that's cool. I mean, like I said, whatever you feel comfortable with. I know Bald likes to play around. He tries to tweak some of his stuff. No, I don't think he does every one of them. And I think he made a comment. He doesn't do it on his carry guns, mostly on all of his competition guns. But if there's something that makes you shoot better and you feel more comfortable with it, by all means, do it. Who are we to tell anybody what to do? But however, when I do my video of Apex triggers and, that I have a 3 pound, 3 pounds, 2 ounce trigger in my shield, I was told by a bunch of people that I was crazy. So I don't know, but I look at it, hey, I'm going to do what the hell I'm going to do. Let's see here. Yeah, and it looks like there's some people interested in sandpaper pistol grips. Yeah, please go on and check him out. You can sub to his channel. He has information on his channel too, it's his username. Okay, so it's sandpaperpistolgrips.com. So if anybody's interested in sandpaper pistol grips, it's just .com after the name. Okay, Big Al said he's changed the triggers on almost all of his guns except the Shadow 2 and the CZ. Yeah, and on the Shadow 2, I know that you can put, there's even a light kit that you can, just a basic kit you can do to it. And I know Humble's done a little bit to like one of his guns, one of his Shadow 2s. He did the take up, so it takes up some of the take up, the short travel take up, and but man, the gun out of the box is just a really great gun. And I look at it, if you want to change something to it, do it. Yeah, Humble's still getting over the flu, man. We've had that crap too. I'm glad it's gone. Yeah, yeah. Humble's little one is 6 weeks old. So, yeah, and like I said, please go on and check out other people's channels on here. There's some really great people, great channels. We are a great community, and I appreciate music saying, oh, the Ruger revolver series. Okay, the GP 100. I'm sorry, I thought you're talking about a Grand Power. I was going to say, hey, that's right up Baldwin Curious's alley. Yeah, I was going to say those kids do grow up fast. They grow up very, very quickly. Yeah, yeah, definitely want to stay away from all the flu and people that are coughing and stuff. But I appreciate y'all so much. If you have any questions, please leave them. Go back to the after chat and leave the questions in there, and I will definitely try to get to them as quick as I can. This was just kind of a throw together chat, and this is something I'll do periodically, and I'm just going to call it Big Johnson's Outlaw Chat. So I appreciate y'all being on. Hey, Channel Cat, I appreciate you showing up, brother. But I appreciate all y'all being on. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you any way I can. And I appreciate y'all as always for being on the chat. And thank y'all so much. We're going to go ahead and shut it off, and hope y'all have a great night. And remember, we all got to carry on. Thanks a lot.